Hey, folks. This is Matt from the Welcome Back Biden podcast. I'm here to talk to y'all about something that's happened over the course of the last couple of days and why we're not recording an episode today. I got an episode. I got a call from the big guy, Joseph Biden. He told me that Soco wouldn't be able to make it for this week's episode. And the reason was Soka had called him and told him that he was gravely ill. It sounded like it could have been, the big one. The big COVID. Where did he get it? We don't know. But Joseph Biden told me he probably contracted it from the internet. You see, Soco has gotten a new strain of COVID. So he might have gotten it from Europe. He might have gotten it going on those peer-to-peer networks. He likes to pirate episodes of Downton Abbey because he was telling me how he found out that there was like a secret season of Downton Abbey that you can't see on television because it was like too racy. And I don't watch the show. That's not my thing. But he's really into it, and so I'm pretty sure he was probably pirating Downton Abbey. And he got the COVID. He got the internet COVID. So there's multiple things I want to tell y'all in this special holiday message. First of all, let me just say to all of y'all, and this comes from me, Soco, producer David. Happy holidays. I hope that it is a happy one. I hope that despite everything, that you're having fun and doing what you do with your friends and loved ones that you can see right now. Also, I just want to say, be careful of what files you're downloading on the internet. Computer viruses are evolving day by day. And it turns out, the big pandemics figured out how to transmit itself digitally. So you could be getting it from God knows what. It's no longer just airborne. Now you can get it on YouTube, Twitter, Pornhub. I don't know where you're going. Just be careful. Be careful what you're downloading, because then, next thing you know, breathing gets heavy. You start coughing, pneumonia. Next thing you know, you're on a ventilator because you were downloading the seasons of Baywatch that you can't find on Netflix, and you have to pay for it if you want to watch it on Amazon Prime. I understand David Hasselhoff. Who doesn't understand David Hasselhoff? But the point is, you gotta check your files. Which is why this episode is sponsored by it's not sponsored by any antiviral program. Sorry. But if it was, it would be because we don't want you to get COVID from the internet. It's already hard enough, right? You can't go to the gym. I mean, I guess you can if you wear a mask, right? But you go to the grocery store and people are looking at you all side-eyed like you could be the carrier, like we live in some kind of frickin' zombie apocalypse. It's unbelievable. I just don't understand it. Next thing you know, you're going to tell us that you can't play video games anymore, you'll get COVID. Can't eat, can't drink water. COVID will be in everything. But that's for the future. Today, Today is December 27th, 2020, and the price of Dogecoin, unless it's changed since last I saw it. Give me a moment here. We're gonna bring it up. The price of Dogecoin is 0.004622. I'm a little disappointed right now with Dogecoin. We might be spending the next 20 minutes talking about this. Because I feel like Dogecoin really isn't pulling its weight right now, considering that Bitcoin is having a rally the likes of which God has not even seen. We're now at $27,000 a Bitcoin. Where's Dogecoin? Just hanging out? Hasn't even passed. I know it can pass the 0.005 threshold. It did back in the TikTok revolution. I don't know if y'all remember that. That was it was like back in October. I know Dogecoin can do it. This is why I'm saying I'm disappointed. You know me. You know the kind of trust I put in Dogecoin, the passion I put in Dogecoin, the intense amount of time and effort in Dogecoin. All of my savings is in Dogecoin. Dogecoin is the most important asset in my life. Every time I think about Dogecoin, I smile because I think of a cute, cuddly dog that I'd want to pet and feed and take home. And if I had a dog for every Dogecoin I owned, I'd have about 28,000 dogs. Or doges. Or dogs. I'd have to own a national park to hold all the dogs that I would have if they were Dogecoins. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is important, I feel like. Dogecoin is important to me. And that's why this podcast is sponsored by No, it's not really sponsored by Dogecoin. I like to think one day we will be sponsored by Dogecoin, but that day hasn't happened yet. What has happened is that Soco got very sick. And we actually don't know if it's COVID. He didn't say it was COVID. I'm just assuming it's COVID that he got from the internet because I don't know where else he would have gotten it. He doesn't leave his house. I don't leave my house. Producer David doesn't leave his house. Nobody leaves their house, not in this day and age. I mean, we've already talked about COVID. Or you can get mugged by Antifa, or Proud Boys, or the president. President's sending checks in the mail and they're covered with COVID. There's probably anthrax too. It's terrible. It's really terrible. Anyway, I'm hoping that starting in the new year, we'll have a new episode for y'all, and we will talk about grandmothers, I believe. Producer David found this very interesting article about grandmothers and how they're grandmotherly. I think there's more to it than that, but I do remember that part. And then additionally, we'll be talking about an article that was sort of recently featured in Salon.com, that might be a signal of the writer having an episode of mental illness. I don't know. We'll talk about it. I read through some of it. It's a little disturbing. I feel like we could go over it more. What is this podcast without Soco's laughter? He'll laugh at anything. There are things I say, I don't even think it's a joke, and Soco will laugh. So easy. It's just not the same without him. Well, I hope you get better, Soco. Producer Dave, I hope... oh, you're not sick. You're fine. Well, I mean, you had a headache. You said you had a headache earlier today. I hope Hope that's not COVID you got from playing Dark Age of Camelot. Because you never know where you're going to find it now. People playing 20-year-old online RPGs, and the security on those things, it's not the same. It's not the same as it used to be. And I mean, not just COVID, AIDS, Ebola. It's really unsafe out there. And that's why this podcast is sponsored by nobody. We're not sponsored by anybody. We are, however, running over time for this. What would you call it? I guess it's a warning. um, Actually, it's a thank you. Thank you, everybody who has been listening to the podcast. I appreciate it. Soco appreciates it. Producer Dave appreciates it. And I'm hoping here's to many more. And we will talk again soon as Soco gets off the ventilator, and we're gonna have to do some physical training. We're gonna take him to a compound in New Mexico, do some acupuncture. We're going to get him on a very intensive vitamin D regiment. Lots of vitamins, jogging, kettlebells, CrossFit. We're going to teach him to hunt elk with just bow and arrow. And then we'll do some dancing too, because that's good for the soul. And once Soko's back in shape, he's recovered. He's recovered from the internet COVID. We'll be back, and we'll have new atrocities to talk about. We'll have wonderful, nice things to say about the president. I got to remember my contractual agreements, so let me think about this. What are some nice things about the soon-to-be president, Joe Biden? He keeps going. He keeps going. So, like I said, we will talk to y'all again soon. Right after the intensive 6-month training period we will put Soco through. All funded, of course, by Joseph Biden at Biden. And, I can't even remember what the name of that. Sorry, Joseph. I think it's Biden and Biden LLC. Or Biden and Biden LLC. Something like that. I don't even know what they sell. We just get offshore investment, like oil investment money from them. They just come, it's just cash in an envelope. An unmarked envelope. I don't even know who drops it off. I don't know. Like one day I saw, just an old truck drive by. I thought it was, I don't know, somebody. Just, maybe an Amazon person. They just ran out of the usual vans or whatever. No, it was, I guess it was one of Biden's people. And I had, a white unmarked envelope with some, it was like $50. And a little note that said, "This is for producer Dave. Send it over to him." And it was kind of a pain in the butt because they had to Venmo it over to Dave. I don't know. I feel like this thing might just be a money laundering operation. I feel like I need to talk to producer Dave about it. What does he do with the money? I don't know. Anyway, like I said, happy holidays, folks. Here's to a new year, a happy new year. Here's hoping 2021 is a little less chaotic, a little more friendly to us all. I will be talking again to y'all soon. Soco will too, and even producer Dave. Until then, so long, folks, and have a good one.